this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. First of all, apologies for the bad lighting. I'm in the middle of a power cut. It's I think the 27th of December, might be the 28th, I'm not even sure what day of the week it is now. And yeah, we have a power cut. I had intended to record a video and I had already dismissed it when I realised, well, my phone is charged that I'm recording with. I've got my little work light here. I've got a candle here, so I can actually do some crafting because there's not much else to do anyway. So I thought I'm going to get my stamps out here. And I just want to show you this. This is a new stamp set from Craft Stash. Well, I actually bought the whole bundle. I normally don't do that anymore, but it was at a good price point where basically I got the papers here almost for free and sort of the ephemera were sort of thrown in, so I just went for it. And it's a stamp set that I'm really looking forward to using. It is Christmas themed, sorry for the glare here, but these are just animals and there is some winter foliage, and I'm sure I can use these all year round. Maybe not the winter and Christmas related sentiments, but definitely the animals, and I thought they looked really, really nice. So I've got 2 foxes here, then there are 3 hares and 2 squirrels, and then there is some foliage here which looks a bit like this one. Yeah, this is actually the same stamp on both sets, just upside down, which then again is not too bad if you got the same one. If you want to make like a wreath or top and bottom of the card, you can use them at the same time. And then this one, I think this is the one that swayed me and I had to get it. This is a kingfisher. It's really gorgeous. I've got an owl here, and this one possibly a robin. This looks like a tit, and another like a great tit, sorry, down here. I said apologies for the bad lighting. I will link to the page on Craft Stash below, so you can have a look at that yourself. And you get these matching papers, which are really beautiful. And again, I decided to go for this because I have run down my stock of Christmas papers. So let me just open these for you. So it's pattern papers and topper sheets, and it's 8 by 8, which is a good size because I've got now. I'd like to make 5 by 7 cards. So you've got all these toppers as well. They're really pretty. So 24 sheets. So I assume you've got 4 of each. Yeah, looks like it, or 3 of each. There's some more toppers, so they'll be easy Christmas cards for next year. And there are these beautiful papers. So I hope my light will stay charged. And even these, you can use it as a whole sheet, but I could also cut this up and use the robins on individual cards. So I'm really looking forward to working with these. And I also like this one here. So one thing I would not have bought unless it was, as I said, almost free in the bundle, or sort of free, is the matching coloured, I'm not even sure, no, it's 250 GSM, so it's proper cardstock. So obviously not large enough to make the actual cards, but definitely nice enough to make the card fronts. Yeah, 250 GSM it says, but it is a bit, yeah, it feels a bit thinner to me, to be honest. Definitely not enough to create a card base for my taste. So I've got this blue, which is lovely for winter colours. It probably looks different on the screen now. I've got this very Christmassy red, and then this, yeah, sort of a medium green. So, but yeah, they'll be really nice for matting as well. So, and then for days when I don't feel like stamping, colouring these, this is the ephemera. Throw this over, just showing you a few of these. So that's the kingfisher there, the owl there. I think they are absolutely beautiful. So I'll really Look at this little fella. So I'm really looking forward to working with these. So yeah, so I thought I'd just do a bit of stamping and colouring with these new ones. What I think I will do is I will just stamp and heat emboss these. Stamp these in black, heat emboss these in clear for me then to colour these in, because I think I want to fussy cut these and then use as ephemera, not as a full card. So I will just do this off camera, and yeah, and then I think I'll come back. I want to do some different colouring just to show you what options you have. So I'm thinking about getting my watercolour pencils out, my alcohol markers and my Zig markers, the Kuretake ones. So I will probably choose a few motifs, stamp it 3 times so we can actually see the comparison. I might even go for my favourite kingfisher there, and then maybe a more open technique motif, so I can have the different colours of shading. So as I said, I will do this off camera quickly, and then I'll show you how to colour these. So I'm not always a smart bunny. It just dawned on me I can't heat emboss because we've got the power cut. So I will just stamp these with my VersaFine Onyx Black. But the ones that I want to use for my alcohol markers, I will use this Spectrum Noir alcohol proof dye. This is a non-smear with alcohol ink pad, and that really makes a difference if you've got the right ink for it. So under normal circumstances I would stamp these in black and then heat emboss them in clear, but not tonight. So I've gone for the kingfisher and the owl because I decided that I've got the most variation of colours on these to show you the different effects. So I've just got them in my stamping platform like normal. One thing I've just already forgotten, I've got some scrap paper here on the side. Ideally I would have stamped these off first because these are new stamps, and usually there is a residue from the production on these stamps and they don't stamp very clear the first time round, but we might be lucky here. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. This one's very solid with all the little strokes, so it's a bit interesting to see how I can add colour to that. So rather than me moving these now, I thought about actually just moving the paper up. So let me just see. No, I might be better off moving them because this one goes so much lower. So yeah, I will just do this off camera now. So as I said, stamping one more in the VersaFine and the other one in the alcohol proof dye. A little tip if you need to realign your stamps and you don't want to clean them in between, put some packaging underneath. I have to be careful, there's a little hole here in the packaging. This is just from the papers, so I can now use my stamps here and align them again on here without leaving any residue on the paper underneath. I can then just pick them up like normal in my stamping platform. And when I've picked them up, I just need to be cautious here that this is actually on the stamping platform. I can remove this, and it's got some stains on it, and then I can just stamp it like normal. I'm by no means an expert when it comes to watercolour pencils, but I've got these ones from Derwent and I find they work really, really nicely, and I enjoy working with them even as a beginner. So, and what I've done here, I have picked some of the ephemera to match my birds so that I know how to colour them in. And with this one here, I would just start with the orange and fill in those areas that need to be orange, then come in with a blue maybe do a bit of shading with the blue and then come in here for the branch. So all I would do, I'm not showing you the full process, but I'm basically colouring and saturating these areas. See how far I need to go up. There's actually a bit that needs to remain white as well. But the nice thing about working with watercolour pens is you can blend them in really nicely. Oh, sorry if I'm going off camera. Let me just get them, zoom in a little bit for you. And if you hear pitter patter, that's my cat underneath me. And he likes to scratch on boxes and bags. He's got zoomy, so a bit on the beak here. Oh, going off camera again, sorry about that. And just a little bit of orange here. I don't think anyone, unless you've got a proper twitcher who knows what these birds look like, nobody will get a bird book out and compare these. So as long as it's recognizable as that bird, it'll be fine. So now, I think this is the only orange I've got anyway in this box, so I don't need to do a lot of shading. So, oh, by the way, another little tip, the one I want to use for alcohol markers, I've marked this A, so I'm not mixing these up. But the VersaFine is fine for watercolours. So I think this is a good blue. So just filling this in really now. And where I would like maybe a few highlights, I'm applying this a bit lighter. I've gone over the edge there as well. Get an eraser out in a moment. So I might come in with just one more blue, just to deepen a few areas, maybe underneath the wings here, maybe a bit on the tail there, and checking this, maybe the back of the head a little bit. But I think this is all it needs, and I want a little bit of black or dark grey on the beak. I think I'm going with this dark grey. I'm not even sure whether these are labelled with, oh yeah, gunmetal this one's called, so it is a dark grey. So then I just need the claws there, like a reddish brown. Let's see if I can see the other one. Don't think the other one shows. And then I need something for the branch. So again, I will just want this one to fade a little bit, so I'm just doing a light application. So what I need to do now is I'm going to get a fine brush. If I don't have fine details, I like to get my water brush. Let me just find it and show you what I mean. So something like this, but these aren't that fine. This one might actually be okay, and then it's easier to move them around. But I think I will just get a little saucer of water and just get my super fine brushes out for these fine details. So bear with me whilst I get that ready. So I've got my dish with a little bit of water ready here. I've got a piece of kitchen towel just off camera, I just zoomed in for you, and I've got different brushes here according to what I want to colour in. By the way, I'm working on just, unless I have mentioned that before, on just ordinary 300 GSM cardstock. I find that enough to work on. For me, it doesn't always have to be on watercolour cardstock, and watercolour cardstock can be a bit tricky to stamp on as well, and I like to have sort of multi-purpose card. So dabbing my brush off as well if I want to go into a different area. So I'm just basically spreading this out a little bit. So for the blue, I'm just coming in with a slightly bigger one, and all I'm doing is just activating the colour there. I'm going from the darker areas to the lighter ones. As I said, I'm by no way an expert. Try not to have too much water. Just spread this out a little bit. And even I want to get rid of any white areas between these two parts. And then at the top I'm doing the same. Just moving them round a little bit, sort of fading it out towards this area. You don't, with these pens, you don't have to use water. I find they work as well like watercolour pens, but I find that the black of the ink comes through better once I've used the water on them. So, and for the beak, I'm just using my smallest brush, just to first use it, moving the orange about a little bit, and then using it on the grey. And yeah, mustn't forget this here. So I'm moving the colour around. Oh, sorry. Let me just zoom in just a little bit more there. Just moving the colour on the claw there a little bit. And then I can use it on here and just blend it out a little bit. I think here you've got a bigger effect on the more open areas. So I want to make sure there's no white showing there. And I think with these stamps you don't need to do a lot of shading because it's already in the stamp. The only thing I would do here is when this has dried, is I would come in with a gel pen on the eye, because I always find that's got a bit bigger effect. I think I will just move a bit more blue over here. And if you find you need more colour, you can leave this to dry and just come in with a bit more colour. I might just do that just on the back there, because it's faded out a little bit too much. I need to tidy that up a little bit. I can fade it out. Yeah, but I will fussy cut these anyway. So I will use the same technique now for the owl. With those, I will just go in again. I had a look at the ephemera. They sort of got different colours. This one here, let me just zoom out a little bit. This one's actually got quite a bit of blue underneath. And again, that depends on the overall look you want to have for the rest of the card. So if you want to use more the natural brownish colours or beige and cream, you could go for this sort of look. And if you want some different colours, you can go for this look. This is the one, the closed wings, which gives you an idea of other colours you can use. So it's really up to you. Be creative with them. So I quickly do this off camera, and then I think I will do this one, and I might have to leave the alcohol markers for the morning, because I'll have a pub quiz to hold in about an hour, in under an hour. That is if the power comes back on. We'll see. So I kept the owl fairly simple. I left some areas white because I think it's a snow owl, and kept these areas in a lighter sort of cream colour, and this one a bit darker, but try to blend that in a little bit. So fairly simple for this owl. So I've now got my zig markers ready. I got my colour chart here because it's actually not so easy at candlelight to pick your colours. So I've got the 70 and the 52 for the orange areas, and then I've got the 30, the 32 and the 31 here for the blue areas. I haven't picked any browns or grey yet, so I just wanted to show you just a few things, how you use these. And again, I will zoom in, bring my light a bit closer for you, and I'll also try if I can make my screen a bit brighter. So these work basically like brushes because I've got a very fine tip, which is great when you need to go into small areas. So, but with these now, I want to be a bit more mindful where I apply this, because I want to do a bit of shading with these, and this is a very vibrant one. But don't forget, you can use these with water. So I have a few examples here. I've cut this apart though because I had a play here with different pens as well. So you can do some shading with that as well. So if I come in with this now, I'm just using this pen to blend this one in, and I'm just using this here for reference because I've already forgotten how far this goes in. So, and if you go over another colour, don't forget, just here on the side, that bit you cut away, just to take that colour off a bit. The other magic thing you can do is actually pick up one colour from another pen just on the tip and use that if you wanted to. Maybe I can just demonstrate this here if you haven't used these before. And this is one reason why I bought these. So I can pick up the dark colour here on the lighter pen. And if I do this now, don't know how well the camera picks it up. There, I've got a bit of shading there, which I could use if I wanted to. So go in here with this and then automatically blend it out into the darker, into the lighter colour. So these are really fun, but they are a bit pricey. So I never entice you to buy anything. So have a good think before you buy these. I waited months before I decided then, and then I found a good colour set on Amazon. I'm going to link to that below. Other companies offer different sets, but they weren't for me because there was a set that was rather sort of muted and another set that was, you know, all sort of natural colours. This one, for example, now I'm just realising might be a bit too dark, so I'm keeping that to the back here and go in with this one here and try to blend that out a little bit. But these are really fun. Very vibrant colours as well. So I'm just going in a bit like this, like brush strokes, and then coming in with a lighter colour, and again sort of blend that in to fill this area here. And I can go over the middle colour as well again to just get a nicer blend. So can you see? So it's rubbish, this lighting, apologies for that, but yeah, it's the only thing I could think of, bit of crafting in the dark. So I will finish this off camera. I might not do the owl now, and then I'll show you how I use my alcohol markers on this one here. Before I show you the third kind of pen, I just wanted to show you these in comparison. So this is the watercolours and this is the Zig pens, the Kuretake pens, and obviously this one is much more vibrant. So it really depends on what look you like for your images. I like both really. This is a more naturalistic one. This is a more expressionist one. I like both. I love the orange and turquoise blue here in combination really. But that's, yeah, just wanted to show you these. So for the third one, I just got my tri-blend markers out. I've only got a few. I think I've got 10 all in all. I don't have the full range. I've got other alcohol markers that I'll probably use for down here. But I've got a like a turquoise, which would work for the bird. Sorry about the reflection there. I've got a grey here, the burnt orange. So these pens, if you don't know them, they're the Tri-Blend by Spectrum Noir, and they have got 3 different shades of the same colour in one pen. So you know that all these colours work together and they're ideal for blending. So you've always got a light colour. Sorry, mine are not stacked together. This is why they look so funny. So you've always got a light colour, a medium colour and a dark one. And that's really, really handy. Obviously, if you have got loads of other alcohol markers and you know where you've got the whole range, you don't need these. But I only have, I'd say, about 30 alcohol markers in different colours. I don't have, and mine are plain, mine are from the works, and then the odd ones I bought in Germany. So I don't have these. So I bought these one day, and yeah, I'm fairly happy with these. I hardly ever use these, to be honest, and that's one of my New Year's resolutions, to use my things. So I have got, also have got somewhere a colour chart. I'm just showing you these here. The burnt orange is actually almost brown, so I won't be using that. But the other two are fine for the beak and for the feathers here. So just going in like this. Again, with this being sort of not open areas, it won't be as obvious the blending as it would be on, you know, areas that are where there's not that much stamping, if you know what I mean. But it is quite nice for shading. So I'm doing the same here. Going in with a darker one a little bit. Sorry, the medium one. And then just a little bit of the lighter one. And I will do the same with the turquoise. I don't have a really dark blue of these. So this is the darkest turquoise. That's the medium. And that's the light. By the way, the full effect, you only see that when they dry. So let me just hold up to the camera. So, but I think this will work on this one. I might consider getting another alcohol marker out. So let me just start here with the lightest, which is very light. And the medium, which I can just blend over that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say that with the Zig pens as well, you can put another layer on. You can layer these and get deeper colours. That's also quite nice. So, and then I've got the dark here. It doesn't show too much at the moment here that this is much darker. So I think I'll have another look if I've got another alcohol marker that I can use that is quite similar. So it shows a bit better on the camera than it actually shows in this light. So let me have a look through my stash. But you've seen now how I'm colouring this in, so I will do this off camera and then show you this one as well. And I think then I call it a day or night rather, and show you the results again in the morning when we've got daylight. So this is my third image. I found a good colour here to blend that in. These are just from the works. That's this one here, that's the one for the branch, and I had another one for the claws there, or the legs. So yeah, so we got 3 different looks depending on, on the mediums. So yeah, and that kept me busy whilst I'm still waiting for the light to come back. We'll see. I'll let you know tomorrow how long it took and whether I actually did get a chance to hold my pub quiz tonight. So I'll see you back in a few seconds in this video, but for me it'll be the morning. So it is the next morning, and the power cut lasted for another 3.5 hours after I stopped filming. But our pub was open, we were up running by candlelight, and it was actually quite nice. So I just wanted to pop in and just show you these results in daylight. I will make another video where I'm using some of these. I might actually go with the more vibrant ones, and off camera I will colour in a few more images that I will then use in my card. So this one was the first one. This is the watercolours. Not as vibrant as I had thought, but as I said, I'm not an expert watercolorer with the pencils, and I probably would go in with some more deeper colours and use them here on the back. But it's some sort of a matte look. I could enhance that by going in with my shimmer pen, with my clear overlay by Spectrum Noir. But it's nice. It's a subtle look. This one here is the Kuretake pens. Yeah, I really like the vibrant colours. I've also just gone in with my gel pen for the eyes. It hasn't dried yet, so it will slightly change the look of it, but I think it's so much more expressive, and I'll probably be making more of these. I enjoy working with these pens. And this was my alcohol markers, which I think is also nice. Again, I could have gone in with a darker blue, but I like the look of that. These were mostly the tri-blend markers. So yeah, so there are 3 different options of what to use. Obviously you can also use some coloured pencils. I've got those as well, but I just wanted to show you a variation of what you can do. And as I've just said, I'm going to create a card with some of these stamped images in my next video. So I'll see you soon for that.